CIET NCERT presents Audiobook of Mathematics for Class 5 entitled MATHMAGIC 5. This is the Chapter 2.
Part 1.
Page 16. Shapes and Angles. Rohini and Mohini are twin sisters. They love doing the same things. One day, when they were making shapes with matchsticks, Shela gave them a challenge. There is a picture of the three girls, Rohini, Mohini and Shela. Rohini and Mohini are busy doing something, and Shela is giving them a challenge by saying, Rohini will make a shape. Mohini has to make the same without looking at it, but she can ask questions. To this, Mohini says, "Oh, that is simple." Rohini made this shape. There is a small picture of the shape made by Rohini. Mohini: is it a closed shape or an open shape? Rohini: it is a closed shape. Mohini: how many sides are there? Rohini: it has 6 sides. Mohini made this. We have a picture of the shape made by Mohini. Now you give the answers. Is it a closed shape? Dash. Does it have 6 sides? Dash. But it is not the same as the one made by Rohini. So Mohini tried again. This is what she made. We have a picture of the shape made by Rohini. Page 17. Is it a closed shape with 6 sides? Dash. Is it the same as the one made by Rohini? Dash. Is there some way to say in what way these shapes are different? Mohini tried again, but got different shapes. Guess and make 2 more shapes Mohini could have made. Mohini is now tired of trying and asks Shela what to do. Shela tells her, if you ask for the angles that the matchsticks make at the corners, you can do it. To this Mohini replies, oh, so let us look for the angles. Look at the angles marked in these shapes. Can you see the difference? We have few shapes made by Rohini and Mohini with different angles marked in the pictures. Rohini says, see how the matchsticks make a small angle, a big angle, and a bigger angle. To this Mohini replies, wow, when the angle changes, the shape changes so much. It is important to encourage children to think about the way in which shapes can differ, even when the number of sides is the same. This will help them to get a sense of how angles determine the shape of a polygon. Page 18. Practice time. 1. Look at the shape and answer. Next to the question, we have a small picture of a pentagon. The angle marked in dash color is the biggest angle. 2. A. Are the angles marked with yellow equal? Dash. B. Are the angles marked with green equal? Dash. C. Are the angles marked with blue equal? Dash. Below the question we have 4 pictures, 2 of pentagon and 2 of octagon. All the pictures have different angles marked in different colors. 3. 4 different angles are marked in 4 corners. Can you find other angles which are the same as the one marked in red? Mark them in red. Do this for the other colors. Below this we have 6 pictures of different polygons with different angles marked. Page 19. 4. How many different shapes can you make by changing the angle between the matchsticks in each of these? Try. A. 4 matchsticks. B. 8 matchsticks. C. 5 matchsticks. D. 7 matchsticks. E. 10 matchsticks. Matchstick puzzles. 1. Make 8 triangles using 6 matchsticks. Try. 2. Take 8 matchsticks and make a fish like this. Now pick up any 3 matchsticks and put them in such a way that the fish now starts swimming in the opposite direction. Did it? We have a picture in a red box of a fish made by 8 matchsticks. 3. Using 10 matchsticks, make this shape. Pick up 5 matchsticks and put them in such a way that you get the shape of a house. Next to this question, we have the shape of a house made by 10 matchsticks. If you have not been able to solve these, then look for the answers on page 29.
Part 1.
The chapter 2 ends here. CIET NCERT presents Audiobook of Mathematics for Class 5 entitled MATHMAGIC 5. This is the chapter 2.
Part 2.
Page 20. Angle Tester. Mohini is asking Shaila, how do we make equal angles? Shaila replies, let us make an angle tester. There is a honey bee on the right side of the page telling the students, you also have an angle tester in your geometry box. It is called a divider. Cut 2 strips from a cardboard sheet. Fix them with a drawing pin or U-clip such that both the strips can move around easily. Rohini and Mohini went all around with the angle tester to look for different angles in their class. Rohini tested the angle of the maths book and the pencil box. Rohini says, look at the tester. It has opened like the letter L. She is holding the divider in her hand in open position. We have a honey bee again in the picture replying her. This is a right angle. We write it as L. Page 21. Go around with your tester and draw here those things in which the tester opens like the letter L. Are you sure they are all right angles? There is a box given below this question with a picture of an open window and a lot of blank space around for your answers. Practice time. 1. Look at the angles in the pictures and fill the table. There is a table below with 4 columns and 5 rows. Column 1 is titled Angle. We have some pictures here, and the next columns have the headings Right angle, More than a right angle, Less than a right angle. In the first row of the first column, a pair of scissors is shown, and the corresponding answer is already filled in, less than a right angle. A tick mark shows the right answer. In the second row of the first column, we have a person who has a folded elbow. You have to observe the angle and give the correct answer accordingly. Row 3, column 1 has the picture of a kite. The left angle is marked there. Observe it carefully and give your answer correctly. Row 4, column 1 has the picture of a plier with the angle marked. Observe the picture and give the correct answer. Row 5, column 1 has a stop sign picture with one angle clearly marked. Observe it and give your tick mark in the corresponding box. Page 22. 2. Sukhman made this picture with so many angles. Below this we have a picture of a procession made by a lot of angles. Use color pencils to mark right angles with black color, angles which are more than a right angle with green, angles which are less than a right angle with blue. 3. Draw anything of your choice around the angle shown. Also write what kind of angle it is. The first one is done. We see 6 small boxes below this question, each with the picture of different angles. The first one is the picture of a crocodile with its mouth wide open, and the correct answer is mentioned below the picture, less than a right angle. Observe the other pictures and give your answers accordingly. Page 23. Activity. A. Take a square sheet of paper. B. Fold it in half. C. Fold it once more and press it. D. Open the last fold so that the sheet is folded in half. E. Take one corner and fold it to meet the dotted line. On the paper you will find lines making a right angle, an angle less than a right angle, and an angle more than a right angle. Look for each of the angles and mark them with different colors. Activity. Angles with your body. Can you make these angles? A. A right angle with your hand. B. An angle less than a right angle with your leg. C. An angle more than a right angle with your arm. D. An angle more than a right angle with your body. Try them out. It's fun. Draw them in your notebook using stick drawings like these. We have some pictures of stick drawings given here for reference. Page 24. Angle garden. We see the picture of a garden with many flowers, plants and trees. 2 girls are also seen in the garden. It's a bright sunny day and we can see a big honeycomb on one of the trees. A honeybee flying nearby tells us, "My angle dance shows the way. When I see flowers for making honey, I want to tell other bees. To show them the way, I start dancing. My dance shows the angle between the sun and the flower." And we can observe an angle made between the sun and the flower with dotted lines here. Activity. Collect some leaves from the garden. Color each leaf and print it. Look at the angles on the leaves. Which of them are more or less than a right angle? Below this question we have a picture of a jungle. 2 girls are also present in the picture, and a tree is filled with many different birds. The first one is woodpecker that tells us, "I am a woodpecker. My beak is sharp because it has to cut the wood." The girls are talking among themselves. Hey, look at that bird. Its beak has an angle less than a right angle. Page 25. Look for the birds which have beaks with small angles. In the picture, mark angles between the two branches. Which two branches have the biggest angle? Angles in names. A girl is seen in the picture of a name written beside her. The name reads Sukhman, and the girl tells us, "You know, there are angles in the letters of our names too. In my name there are 11 right angles. There are also 10 angles less than a right angle." Observing the name carefully, we see all the angles marked clearly. Write 3 names using straight lines and count the angles. We have a table below this with 4 columns and 3 rows. Column 1 heading is Name, Column 2 Number of right angles, Column 3 Number of angles more than a right angle, Column 4 Number of angles less than a right angle. Activity A. Put 10 MathMagic books on top of each other. Keep one book slanting to make a slide. B. Now do this with 6 books. Roll a ball from the top. From which slide does the ball roll down faster? Which side has the smaller angle? Page 26. On top of the page we have a picture of 2 slides in a park, and a boy is seen looking at them. These are 2 slides in a park. Which slide has a larger angle? Which slide do you think is safer for the little boy? Why? Changing shapes. Things you need: used or new matchsticks. Piece of rubber tube used in cycle valves. 1. Clean the black end of the matchsticks. 2. Cut small pieces of the tube, about 1 centimeter long. 3. Push 2 matchsticks into each end of a tube piece. 4. Add more matchsticks to form a triangle. With the help of some pictures, we see the same happening here. The matchsticks have their black ends cleaned, they have been cut into small pieces, and 2 matchsticks have been pushed into each end of a tube piece, creating a triangle. Page 27. Now make these 4, 5, 6-sided shapes by using tube pieces and matchsticks. A. 4-sided shape or a quadrilateral. B. 5-sided shape or a pentagon. C. 6-sided shape or a hexagon. Find out how many angles are there in each of these shapes. Mark them. Now push each shape downwards with the tip of your finger. Does the angle change when pushed down by the finger? Find out and write your results in the table given. 2 columns are there in this table. Column 1 heading is Shape. Column 2 heading is Change in angle, yes or no. We have the different shapes mentioned in 4 rows below this: a hexagon, pentagon, quadrilateral, and a triangle. You have to find out and write your results in column 2.
Part 2.
The chapter 2 ends here. CIET NCERT presents Audiobook of Mathematics for Class 5 entitled MATHMAGIC 5. This is the chapter 2.
Part 3.
Page 28. Shapes and towers. Look for triangles in the pictures given. We have some pictures of constructions like building structures, bridges, and electricity towers. From the activity changing shapes, can you guess why triangles are used in these towers, bridges, etc.? Look around and find out more places where triangles are used. Angle and time. We see a picture of two girls talking to each other. The first girl is asking the other girl, "Zeenath, your watch does not have digits. How do you read time?" Zeenath answers, "I just see the angles. See, when the hands make a right angle, I know it is 9 o'clock. There are many times in a day when the hands of a clock make a right angle. Now you draw some more. 3 clock pictures are given here without the hands or needles of the clock. You are supposed to draw them, making all those times of the day when the hands make a right angle. Triangles are shapes which are strong and do not change easily when pressed. In fact, children can also observe how different shapes are made stronger by using diagonal beams, like in the bridge, which divide shapes into triangles. Page 29. Write what kind of angle is made by the hands at these times. Also write the time. We have 5 pictures of table clocks given here showing different times, and thus we can say the hands of these clocks are making different angles. You are supposed to write what kind of angle is being made and their name in the blank spaces given below the clocks. Draw the hands of the clock when they make an angle which is less than a right angle. Also write the time. Again, we have 3 clocks shown here without their hands. You are supposed to draw the hands making an angle which is less than a right angle and then write the corresponding time in the blank boxes given below the clocks. Below this we have the answers of the matchstick puzzles given on page 19. Page 30. Degree clock. Appu and Kittu are playing carom board. Appu hit the striker. Below this we see a picture of Appu and Kittu playing carom board. Appu hit the striker and Kittu is shown thinking, it comes back at the same angle. In the picture, 3 points A, B and C are shown. Draw a line to show from which point Kittu should hit to get the queen. Kittu is seen saying, "If you want, you can measure the angle in degrees using a degree clock." Degree is written as a small circle on the upper side. Page 31. Activity: making a degree clock. 1. Cut a circle out of paper. 2. Fold it into half. 3. Fold it once again into a quarter. 4. Fold it once more. 5. Open the paper. You will see lines like this. 6. Now mark 0 degrees, 45 degrees, 90 degrees and 180 degrees as shown. We have the picture cutouts of the circle and the different angles have been marked here. 7. Paste it on an old card. 8. From the center, draw one hand. We see one hand being drawn here from the center, pointing to 0 degrees. 9. Make a red hand with a thick paper and fix it to the center with a drawing pin so that it is free to move. The same has been done and shown in the picture. Your degree clock is ready. Use your degree clock to measure the right angle of your pencil box. Dash is the measure of the right angle. Can you guess how many degrees is the angle which is half of a right angle? Dash. 1/3 of a right angle? Dash. 2 times of a right angle? Dash. In the bottom right corner of the page, a bird sitting on a tree is shown telling us 90 degrees is called right angle. Measure the angle from where Kittu should hit the striker on page 30. Page 32. Angles in a paper aeroplane. 1. Take a square sheet of paper. 2. Fold it in half and open it. 3. Fold the corners to the center. Your paper looks like this. We see the cutout of a paper which has been folded in half and the corners have been folded to the center. The top corner has been marked as P and the bottom as Q. 4. Fold the green triangle such that P touches Q. 5. Fold the top 2 corners of this rectangle along the dotted lines. We see this being done in the picture. 6. Your paper will look like this. There is a small triangle in the picture which has to be folded up. 7. Turn it over and fold it in half along the dotted line. 8. Now, to make a wing, fold the yellow edge over the red edge. 9. Turn it and do the same on the other side as well. Your plane is ready to fly. How well does it fly? Find the angles of 45 degrees and 90 degrees when you open your plane. In the aeroplane, there are folds of 45 degrees, 90 degrees and other angles. The cutouts of 30 degrees and 60 degrees are on the last page of the book. Children can be encouraged to measure various angles around them. Page 33. Angles with yoga. Rahmat is doing yoga. These are the pictures of different asanas he does every day. We see few poses made by Rahmat while doing yoga. In all the poses, he is creating some angles which have been marked here. Estimate the measure of as many angles as you can made by different parts of the body while doing asanas. The D game. You can play the D game with your friends. You draw an angle. Your friend will guess the measure of that angle. Then you use your D to measure it. The difference between the measured angle and the guess will be your friend's score. The one with the lowest score will be the winner. Come on, play. We have a table made here with 4 different columns. They are titled Draw Angle, Guess, Measure and Score. 3 rows are there and the entire table has to be filled by you. Below this we see the picture of a D and next to it a bird, perhaps a peacock, telling us, you can find this D in your geometry box. Measure the angle on my head fan. Take this opportunity to introduce the D or protractor. Children will need some help to read the measure of the angle, but they need to do so only approximately.
Part 3.
The chapter 2 ends here.